Hello and welcome to another episode of the HT Physio Quick Tips series. My name is Will Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties Specialist Physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be answering the question of what is the best posture for someone who's sitting. Now this is kind of a trick question because the truth is there is no one perfect posture. Every single person has a slightly different skeleton, which means that the best posture for me might not be the best posture for you. So I can't give you an answer as to what the one perfect posture is, but I can give you a few pointers as to how to sit with more comfort and to avoid the risk of certain injuries when you're doing a lot of sitting. Now, one of the problems with sitting is that people develop problems like neck pain or shoulder pain if they're getting into one position for too long. And therein lies the first secret. Don't sit in any one position for too long. Even if you think you're sat with the most perfect posture and you look like you're straight out of a textbook, even if you're sat in that one position for a very, very long time, it's still going to put pressure and put stress on certain parts of the body, and we want to try and avoid that as much as possible. So tip number one is to only stay in any one position for about 30 to 45 minutes maximum. Now the second tip is the fact that when we're sitting, nowadays especially, we tend to be looking down at something. In the age of the mobile phone and the iPad, even with newspapers nowadays, what we find is that someone who's sitting will tend to have their neck and their shoulders forward so they can look down on a thing that's in their hands. And this is actually one of the worst ways to sit. The reason it's one of the worst ways to sit is because when everything is forward and your head, which is quite a heavy object, is tipped down like this, it puts a lot of stress through the neck, the shoulders and the upper back. And that can lead to injuries such as neck stiffness or even shoulder problems where your shoulder comes forward. So the simple tip to prevent this from happening is to just raise your arms up when you're holding that thing in front of you. So in reality, a newspaper should be up here more than down here. Same with books, same with iPads, same with mobile phones. Try and have it so that if you are holding your mobile phone, you can still speak to someone who's in the same room without having to lift your head. That's the perfect position to be in for those tasks. Now, another thing you want to do is you want to avoid things from coming forward when you're sitting. So slouching is often when things come forward for a long period of time. So there's two ways you can correct slouching. Number one is we tend to find that our chins come forward when we slouch. So if you put your fingers on your chin and you just bring your chin back very slightly, not to make a full double chin, but just to pull your chin in a little bit, that really helps to correct a slouch. And the second thing you can do is you can imagine that your shoulder blades, when you're slouching, they're quite far apart, okay? They're like this. Now what you want to do is you want to just work to bring your shoulder blades back slightly at the same time as bringing your chin in. And now we have a posture that should be the most optimal posture for you, no matter what your skeleton looks like. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. If you'd like to get some more tips from me on neck and shoulder problems and how to improve your posture and how to live life in a more pain-free way, then you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and it's a load of my natural strategies for restoring mobility and staying active and pain-free in your 50s and beyond. If you've got neck and shoulder pain and you'd like some help for it, there's some links to check out below this video. But thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to speaking to you on the next episode.